wanted to travel and explore other countries, see what I can do. The main spot I really wanted to check out was the Philippines. You know, learn our own heritage, learn how to cook Filipino food.
Right.
I was seeing my mom cooking Filipino food, my grandparents, but I never asked how to cook for some odd reason. And Toyo Eatery was like the #1 in the Philippines, so why not go to the #1 spot in the Philippines?
Yo, what's going on YouTube? I am in LA, here to film 3 recipe videos with 3 different friends who have been so kind enough to take time out of their schedule to work with me and collaborate with me on this recipe series. So again, if you want to be featured on this recipe series, know anyone that could be interested, drop a comment down below, DM me on Instagram, send me an email, etc. Always down to showcase more stories and, you know, talk more about Filipino food. But anyway, I am here in San Onofre Beach, about to meet up my friend Calvin. The recipe that we'll be doing today is one from Iloilo called chicken inasal, and particularly the version that they make at the most famous fine dining restaurant in Manila called Toyo. So just to give you some context, I'm meeting my friend Calvin, who I met here in San Francisco. Calvin used to work at Singlethread, 3 Michelin star restaurant in Healdsburg, all the way up in Napa. You know, fortunately enough, got a stage to work at Toyo for free. There he learned how to make more Filipino food and get more in touch with his culture.
So I'll be cooking chicken inasal, something I learned at Toyo Eatery.
So just for like some context for you guys, chicken inasal is a dish that is found in the province of Iloilo, and it's basically, to put it simply, grilled chicken skewers. But the flavor profile involves lemongrass, achiote or annatto, calamansi, bay leaf, ginger,
Garlic, soy sauce, Sprite.
Even though these are just chicken skewers at the end of the day, it's a very unique flavor profile that is very endemic and native to the Philippines that I highly recommend you guys to make. Yeah, let's get started.
What we're gonna do first is we're gonna make the marinade. After the marinade, we'll make the Achiote oil and then cook some rice and eat some grub. When I went to Toyo, I never knew that you can use Sprite as a marinade, as a tenderizer. Here's Sprite. Soy sauce. Suka. Vinegar. So after the liquids, we've got some onions, lemongrass, throw the bay leaves in there, some garlic, some ginger, seal it. Let's just crack it up. So I'm gonna add some brown sugar, add a little bit of sweetness. Last but not least, we're almost done. Salt. Do a nice. So when making chicken inasal, you can use any type of cut of chicken, but in this case we'll be using chicken thigh. This has already been pre-cleaned. I just cut off excess fat and whatnot. Let it swim in there. Now the chicken's marinating. We'll let it marinate for about, I like to say like 8 hours or so, but we don't have that much of 8 hours. We got some marinated already. Yeah, same recipe, same everything, same.
Right now, Calvin's going to be teaching us how to make the achiote oil or annatto oil, depending on how you say it. I feel like this is the most important part, or one of the most distinctive factors in making chicken inasal. From my understanding, you render out the chicken fat, then you mix it with annatto or achiote, and then basically baste it onto the chicken while it's grilling to give it like a really ruby, dark red color, and also just make it like extremely more aromatic than it is.
And also moist.
Yeah, and also moisture, yeah.
Alright.
So like when you think like basting a steak, this is kind of like same concept.
Practically. Here's some chicken fat that I saved from when I was cleaning the chicken earlier. Just gonna slowly render this on a low heat. A little bit of oil so it doesn't burn. Just a tiny bit for now. So next we just put in some napa seeds. Alright, so I just turn off the heat right now, but I know when it's done is when it's starting to, you see a little bit of bubbles going. Instead of using a brush while I was, cutting the lemongrass, what I also learned from Toyo Eatery is the leaves of the lemongrass. Why not use it as a brush? Achiote oil is done. Let's get the rice cooking and we'll start grilling. why not?
So we got our chicken grilling right now. As you saw, like the process is very easy for the marinade. Just like put it all together. And to maximize the flavor you get from making this dish, marinate the chicken for as long as you can. Another key component about chicken Inasal is this Achiote oil that Calvin is like brushing on it with the
Lemongrass leaf.
lemongrass leaf. This is like a pretty next level traditional thing, but it adds so much aroma to the chicken itself.
And less waste.
Because the Achiote has like a kind of mahogany red color to it, when you grill it and baste it continuously, you're not only adding more aroma and flavor, but you're also adding like this beautiful ruby color that I mentioned in the beginning of the video. And I think you also mentioned before that like when you first saw this being made, they use not charcoal but like coconut husks.
Coconut, yeah. From what I believe, from what I asked, it just, you know, it maintains the heat. Really, not much flavor in the coconut husk, but it just really, the heat really stays in the coconut husk.
Yeah. Even though we serve this with chicken traditionally in the Philippines, I do not see no reason why you can apply these flavors to like pork or maybe even like a nice flank hanger steak.
Exactly,
Yeah.
anything. And with the oil, you can like even use this for put on a pancit or fried rice.
Exactly, that too. So we're gonna finish grilling these off and then plate the dishes and then eat them. Hey guys, I am back in San Francisco to edit these 3 recipe videos that I shot while in LA. As always, the recipe and ingredients will be found in the bottom description box. And like with all Filipino food, it's very much to our panlasa or individual taste. Definitely adjust the ratios or measurements to how you like your own food, but I hope this recipe acts as a good template for you to execute at home. So give making chicken Inasal a try. To really hit home what this regional Ilonggo Philippine dish called chicken Inasal is, it's pretty much marinated chicken in a mixture of Sprite, soy sauce, vinegar, and a huge array of aromatics that is then basted with this extremely aromatic mixture of chicken fat with annatto or achiote, however you want to call it, with a bunch of aromatics that you infuse into the oil like lemongrass, bay leaf, ginger, garlic. The basting oil and the whole process of basting is definitely what really makes this dish Ilonggo or chicken Inasal. Definitely try this at home, and if you don't like chicken too much, try it with pork. Stay tuned for the next episode where you will be learning another Ilonggo dish called pancit molo from my friend Ria at Petite Peso. As always, if you have any other dishes that you would like to see featured, drop a comment down below and let me know what you'd like to see made.